to the stars, 10,000 exits soared. Haters shook their heads, but the crowd just roared. Poetic in his swagger, he's the crypto bar. Built the chain so fast, left the feds in the yard. Pulsechain, oh we rise, community so tight, laughing to the moon in the blockchain night. Hex is the rocket and we're all on board. Pulsechain's the vibe, yo, the future's our soul. 10,000x, yeah, Hex broke the mold, turned pennies to millions, a story retold. Skeptics in suits, they tried to shut it down, but Richard just smirked, flipped the script on the crown. Clever like a fox with the meme lord's flair. Pulsechain's got the juice, we're breathing rare air. Pulse fam with a crew stacking dreams so high. From Discord to the charts, watch our spirits fly. Funny how the haters thought we'd fade away, but we're dancing on the chain, it's a crypto ballet. Pulsechain, oh we rise, community so tight, laughing to the moon in the blockchain night. Hex is the rocket and we're all on board. Pulsechain's the vibe, yo, the future's our sword. Pulsechain's the future, yeah, the future's now. Hex and Hart, we're taking that bow. Bow, 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 bow,
What the hex is you guys talking about?
When Bob's.
What the hex is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
My favorite thing in the mornings are coffee, sunshine, and Sami videos. Oh, and by the way, I'm human.
There's only one Tam, only one Tam. There's only one Tam, only one Tam.
What the heck?
Like Post Nation, I'm saying they don't know. They didn't really give enough gratitude, respect, recognition, and support like they should have. And look what happened. Look what happened throughout the entire streaming community from this side of the pond on Pulse. Boring. Nobody cares. Huh? They can say, whoa, whoa, whoa. They can say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, man. Tell me what you're sipping. Tell me what you're sipping. Come on, man. What we doing? Bowling this bitch. Yeah, 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 yeah. But it's the calling this bitch. We ain't worried about now, we celebrating.
You got pissed off that Bitcoin crashed, and you thought that you were going to get fucking rich, and then then that didn't happen. So instead you decided to roll your own shitcoin and create something. Like so that's my perception. So tell me, like, what's the driver behind why you're doing what you're doing? Because it can't be just like this idea of I just want to make, you're not Jesus Christ, out here sacrificing yourself to make people fucking rich.
I am so glad you asked that. As a matter of fact, that question is so good, people are going to think that I paid you to ask that. Hi, I'm Richard Hart. I'm the best human being in this entire industry. So I'll just give you some proof of that real quick. If you scroll back to my oldest YouTube videos, long before I ever mentioned crypto to anybody publicly, I get people to stop smoking, stop drinking, stop gambling, stop trading, drink more water, be healthier human beings. I've published multiple self-help books for free that you can go download at t.me/scivive. I have received thousands of emails from people whose lives I have saved. I've also raised $27 million for medical research to save your life. So as far as people in cryptocurrencies go, I'm basically like a god. So even people that hate me, I get money raised to save their lives. People that have their coins on exchange and get wrecked trading, I save their lives. I get them to delay gratification.
See, this is why I asked you the question in the beginning is like, why do you do what you do? Is that you're trying to get rich? Like, I don't care.
I've been rich and retired since 2003. I had a 150 employee company doing 60 million a year turnover in 2003 when I retired at the age of 25. I started mining Bitcoin when it was 50 cents.
You haven't answered me.
Yes, because I'm fixing everything. The reason I'm a self-help author, the reason I raised $27 million for charity, the reason I raised multiple billions of dollars for freedom of movement and freedom of speech is because I deeply care about these things. I've been rich and retired for decades, plural. I've run out of shit to buy. I have $5 million of watches I don't even set the time on. I'm wearing 2 of them to troll. This one's $1 million on its own. But this isn't what I actually care about. I only have all this clown mode stuff to flex on people because it's what they understand.
What the heck?
What the heck?
That was poor, that by me.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
What?
Steve, welcome to the show. What's up, you guys? How is everybody doing? You guyses. Man.
You know what? I've heard it's virulent. It's become, even though we troll the whole you guys' thing.
Totally.
I'm hearing it. There's a couple of things in the English language. Like I was an English major, okay? Literature major. I spent countless days, years of my life hunched over dusty tomes of literature trying to make sense of the written word, only to find 20-something years later that people didn't give a shit about the English language. And to my point, I hear your guys's all the time now. Now I hear it all the time.
Yeah, you pay attention to it now, right?
Also, another. I'm going to share a new pet peeve of mine. In the nomenclature every show from now on. The one that is really just like scratching fingernails on a chalkboard right now for me is that's a whole nother thing. That when they use, there's no word nother. There's no
a whole nother thing. Yeah, true.
That's a whole separate thing, or that's another thing. Don't say that's a whole nother thing. There's no nother. I don't get it. Don't respect your freaking language, you guys. Otherwise, it'll be gone.
It's a very American thing, though. The English don't use guys at all, right? During conversations.
Yeah.
No, not really.
No, see, I again, you know what, Steve?
Yep.
I, on behalf of all of your previous, this is going to seem anti-American, but I'll tell you this now. When I visited the UK, I don't know what you guys kept the original Germanic language that you evolved, right? And somehow for you guys, the brain is connected to the mouth and it actually kind of works, constructs a sentence, and then it comes out. Beautiful words, beautiful language. And there's never like a and an and a and let me tell you and like and all this other shit that we put in. Like is every third word with these freaking Zoomers. But you guys still retained the beautiful language that I studied in college. I was a British literature student. So again, respect to you guys, and and the whole nother thing that you guys put out.
I'm under pressure now because I'll have to speak proper.
Proper Oxford. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let me say hi to the chat before we go into things. We got Iron Crypto first. What's up? Thanks for what you're doing. Well, 1 hour. Thanks for watching. It's 1 hour of your life that you won't get back if you're watching us. We got a Wookie on the chain checking in. Avalon, what's up? You see, I bought a couple of T-shirts, so now I'm a real Hexican. Yeah, I'm pushing the Pulsican-Store. I'm pushing that heavy on my Twitch channel. So, Avalon, thanks for coming through. Although you should have maybe waited until today because we have a surprise to announce to all our viewers in just a minute. Wookie says, have you checked the internet? Oh, yeah, I have so many problems here with my connection, but I think I found the source of the troubles. Tam in the house.
Hello,
fantastic
Tam.
space. I have to say, Papa B, you're the co-host, right? Of those.
I'm not the co-host. She
who's
never
that, the
gives.
pirate?
Nobody ever gives me the keys. No one gives me.
Yeah, not even
No
here.
one trusts me to be a co-host. I am just a speaker. I'm a speaker. I'm a guest. Even on this stream, I am but a guest.
But that was a good stream on Tuesday. Good spaces on Tuesday night. That's becoming a regular thing now. What's it called? The Hexican University. Right?
University. Yes.
Yes.
And remember,
yeah.
Remember, you don't even have to graduate high school to join Hexican University. In fact, I'm sure that most of the people in this community have a GED. They just simply said at the age of 16, I've had enough. And then you take the test and you go right into the coal mine.
That's right. Follow at TamTamHexican to catch her weekly spaces every Tuesday. Brizology, although with Brizology, we don't know now if it's the real Brizology or if it's his AI agent that he launched. So we just don't know now.
Brizology, can you please show dick pic?
It's very frustrating, Brizology.
Yes.
Be Wheezy Bird in the house, checking in on the X. Show the van and devices being shipped on the show. Matter of fact, I have footage of the van. We can get into that later on.
Good news.
In England with Brexit, they said the man, what was it? The white van man from the north. They stole the Brexit elections. What do you have to say for yourself, Steve? You're from the north.
This is I've been on this podcast now for 10 minutes. We've talked about English literature,
Brexit,
the English language, Brexit, and white van man now.
Oh, and Brizology's AI as well.
Brizology's dick or something.
Exactly.
Dick pics, yes.
Yeah. So what more could you want? But that's a live crowd. We got 20, 30 people watching right now already. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. So Steve, the Pulsican-Store, can you give us your story little rundown? It's not just you. You have some partners that deal with the shipping and the putting the shirts together and everything. So Alex have this image of a sweatshop somewhere
sewing
in Detroit.
pantomimes. Yes. Yeah.
No, but tell us about what it is that you guys do, how long you are in the Richard Hart Pulsechain ecosystem. Bit of a rundown, if you will.
Well, the store's run and owned by 3 Hexicans. We got into Hex. Let's have a think. In 21, so 4 years ago, something like that.
You bought the top. Good for you.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Came in with the hype.
Well, me and my partners, we all come from a e-commerce, digital marketing background. So we had stores shipping merch since about 2015. So we used to spend a lot on Facebook ads, Instagram, stuff like that. Now we some of them businesses have been sold, and we were sitting down thinking about how to promote Pulsechain and sort of come up with the idea, well, why don't we do what we do best and open a store and what's the word? We sort of
the unclothed.
Yeah, I mean, well, the merch thing. I think it's a bit like when you support a football team or a soccer team. You buy the shirt and you're a fan,
Yes, the
there you
Barnsley
go.
boys. We
Oh yeah, I remember that. Was it Brett who
they're
was
all,
trying to sort
also
out?
from up north.
Yeah, rejected.
King of the North.
Yes,
Yeah, it's crazy.
the
That, wasn't
north remembers.
Yeah, the North remembers.
it? But I'm more north than Barnsley, so.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
Okay.
good. You're above them then.
But yeah, I mean, we've been going about a year and a half now, and we haven't made a profitable month yet because I think what we decided to do was get as many people in the branded gear as possible, you know, and there's probably thousands out there who have a free shirt or several.
Nice. Hey, you know what? Not a profitable month yet is true to form. That makes you true Hexicans.
Yeah. So
and Pulsicans.
One of us.
Our
One of us.
portfolios are wrecked, and our bank accounts.
They're only wrecked if you sell. So
Yeah.
just hang in there, is what we like to say. Not financial advice. But hey, this Pulsechain store, what makes it? I mean, look, we've seen some pretty crappy merch stores come together over the years. They've come and they've gone. When I saw your model, you were able to, and just so everybody knows, this gentleman has created. I'm not modeling one of them yet, but DJ Cryptomatic is some quality shirts that have our colors on them. The What the Hex Show logo. He's clothing us. He's giving us our uniforms. And if you turn them inside out, they also have a McDonald's logo. So if you need to get a part-time job now, they double as McDonald's uniforms as well.
That's right.
And we thank him. We thank him for his, look at all the things you've put out in just a short amount of time. Now, I used to be in the silk screening business, and it's rough with low margins and a lot of headache and a lot of plastisol fumes and all sorts of stuff. How is this different? You're able to make this a going concern. At what date are you gonna make this like a permanent thing? And you say we're finally eking out a profit, and this is all worth it. How many? What kind of volume do you need?
Well, I think the main problem is, you know, we've probably shipped about. I think the last time we kept getting on for 14,000 free shirts. So
wow.
So we've pumped our money in that way to promote Pulsechain. So
that's a lot. That's a lot of shirts, man.
Yeah, we didn't set up the store to make a profit. It was entirely to get as many Hexicans and Pulsicans in the colors, you know.
Wow. Well, now that I'm seeing these, I guess I got to go collect some shirts.
So the thing is, anytime someone buys, you know, I have some great customers who get a trolley full and a free one and stuff like that, and that helps subsidize the freebies we give out, you know.
Right. Now, from an OPSEC point of view, I must weigh in. I think that it would be great to wear these until we hit $1 hex. When it's $1 hex, you should tear these up, or like in what like in the Air Force, no, the Navy Top Gun, don't they cut the wings out of the back? You cut the back of the shirt up, or was that was on Nathan Fielder's amazing show? Did you ever see the rehearsal? The latest, it's 2 seasons. Nathan Fielder, Southern California. He's trying to get his airline air flight license. He's a pilot license. So at the very end, when he gets the license, they cut wings out of the back of his shirt, because you got to have the holes to sprout the wings out, because that shows that you're now a full-fledged pilot. Anyway, when you're wealthy on paper, get rid of all logos. Stealth wealth is the way. Wear your Hexican and Pulsican logos on the inside, because otherwise you're just asking for someone to ease up to you and try to get some bucks out of you, or a $5 wrench attack over your head. So careful.
So, well, thanks for that. So now everybody's going to stop buying from us when we.
No.
Well,
You got
there's one shirt.
250,000 units of each shirt is the goal before the bull run really takes off.
Hold on. There's one shirt that you're not supposed to tear up, and I'm gonna show you this right now. This is the special offer for today's episode, courtesy of the Pulsican-Stores. Is if you order now. Like, what's the time limit on this? Is it 24 hours at least, or is it just 1 hour of the
we'll keep it up for
show?
24 hours, guys, in case anybody watches the replay and stuff.
Wow. Yes, we got 80 people watching right now live. So just imagine, you know. So I'm gonna put the link into the chat right now. So got rejected. Great. Okay. Let me try again. Here it is. So if you click on this link, guys, you can get a free What the Hex shirt, the official shirt of our show here. And that's amazing. So go get it, guys. And again, with the funds now, if people, you shouldn't just get the free shirt, you also should maybe get 1 or 2 other HEX and Pulschain shirts with your order there to support the cause. What I wanted to ask is with the shipping, because someone said on Avalon is complaining now already. Why did I buy on DJ Street? Sorry, I also didn't know, so this was a surprise. Someone was complaining to you guys. I saw that on the X, and he said, yeah, the scam is I got a free T-shirt, but I still have to pay the shipping. But can you relieve us that with the shipping cost, which is around $10 to $13, depending on where you are, there is then the production of the shirt, is that covered within that? So you guys are not at a terrible loss, or not really, because the UPS shipping is that expensive?
Well, if for US we charge, I think it's $9.95 for shipping, and that'll go USPS. For everywhere else in the world, UPS, and it's $12.95.
Yes.
That's reasonable.
I think USPS charge us round about, could be getting them for $7. So we just added a couple of dollars on for the packaging and stuff.
Right.
And UPS is over $10 again, just add a couple of dollars on. So we don't make any money off the shipping and packaging. Right. So if people think these are $1 shirts from China, we can guarantee they're not. They're good quality shirts.
No, we can vouch that's proper cotton, and they're not. They're not.
I will not vouch until I have mine in my hands and I can smell them.
It's on the way, baby.
Them through my fingers.
No, but so the actual shirt is then really at a loss to you guys. When you say you shipped out the 14,000, is it through actions like this here, or I've seen, you know, when a project on Pulsechain is launching, you support them and their marketing efforts by doing free shirts for them, like you've done here for us now? Or do you say we're picking schools or sports clubs and fitting them out as well? Or is the 14,000 that you shipped really just project-based or event-based for Pulsechain?
Well, the vast majority of the DJ were either HEX Pulschain or PulseX shirts. Okay. The additions for other projects, sometimes we onboard a project into the store, do a line of merch for them, and say, look, anytime you want to do a free giveaway to your community, you know, it costs us this. If you want to contribute, fine. If you want to help out, and most of them do, to be honest. But the vast majority of the shirts have been the freebies for the 3 core coins. So and we just promote through email and on socials, on Twitter.
Right.
And the way we do it, you can only get one. We don't want someone going on getting 10 shirts and hogging them all, if you know what I mean.
Right. But so it was really you guys advertising it on social media, and then people had to go on the store to actually order their free shirts.
Well, we've done a lot of freebies for, like you see, sports clubs and different organizations who want their own design doing. And
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So let me see in the chat if there's anything else here.
This
Tam is working. She said that on his Spaces, like, I'm working on the patients with the earbud in.
Yep.
Like, how does that work? Like,
because you know she's a dentist, or
she's a dentist, dental care, healthcare,
dental care.
like
so
that. Yeah.
So basically, we're in her ear right now, and the patient can't hear it.
Yeah.
This is nice.
So
Let's see.
maybe she does this cleanup, like the sandblasting of the teeth, which takes like a good 30 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, so Tam, looking down at the patient right now, there's a message to you. You don't have to. Don't think about things too. But you should know that this patient has a crush on you. Inevitably, this patient has a crush on you, and they purposely ate a rail of Oreos before they came into your chair, just so it would take you more time to clean them up. So just know that you're appreciated.
Oh,
is it like Toby? Is that Toby?
Like Toby.
Raymond
Actually,
says, I just ordered his shirt with a tip. There you go.
All right.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
So we're getting some orders in. But then with the shipping, so that all goes to shipping. And we spoke earlier in the green room with the UPS, which has a very sophisticated tracking system. Obviously, it's UPS. It's kind of like FedEx and, all the big ones. So does that make it just easier for you versus doing the $7, regular mail thing? Because you also don't want that headache of like Papa B here, people constantly asking about, I haven't received mine, and where's my order?
I'm the worst. But
there's some guy there actually said he waited a long time for Hawaii, and we do always have that problem. Like,
yes. Oh my gosh, I know who that is. Yes, he's on the same island as me. So 3 months.
Same
I don't
container.
think that's nuts.
No, but can you speak to that? Like, what is your experience with the customers as such? Like, has it been in generally good, or you also had like crazy people who were totally unreasonable?
No, I can honestly say every single customer, we haven't had one sort of crazy customer, and I'll understand if it goes missing. If anything goes missing, all you have to do is tell us and we'll send a replacement.
Send it again.
As you can imagine, when you're doing volume like thousands a month.
Yeah.
Do you hear that? If it goes missing, he'll send a replacement.
That was a mix of Jamaican,
Irish,
I think.
Bumbaclaw.
I love all the little tinges and twangs of y'all's country. Y'all.
You
guys' country. Ever since Monty Python, I've been collecting my northern and southern,
classic
UK accents.
Classics for sure. If we zoom out a little bit, do you think marketing is what's needed? Is like, what do you, are you excited about what's going on with Richard Hart and the container? What's in the boxes, Richard?
Oh yeah, there you go.
What's happening there? What is your take on why we're not where we all want to be right now?
Well, I'm excited to see what these devices are. I'm sure everybody is, but I haven't got a clue. I tried asking a couple of people and they wouldn't tell me, or they don't know. So, do you guys know more than me?
No, it's totally under wraps. We have pictures of the van. This just was published like 5 minutes before the show started.
What?
So maybe have a look at that real quick, if you guys don't mind. I'm not going to play the whole 5 minutes, but just...
This must prove that it's a slow news day. Let's look at the van.
Just a little bit. Shout out to B Wheezy Bird. He's in the chat. He wanted to see the van.
Shout out to Avalon and HOA who basically live, eat, and sleep in their shirts. And
yes.
HOA says he's got a spare just in case one is in the wash.
HOA did the washing test, so they're washable. It's good stuff. So this is the guy who donated the van to the RS Griffin nonprofit organization, and I actually happen to have been in chats with RS Griffin. So they're real guys, and this is really happening. And next week, actually, we have a Wild SJ on the show. So we're all hoping that she has a little bit more insight, because we're all curious to find out what's going on there.
We'll be putting the thumb screws to SJ to reveal everything on the next What the Heck show. Tune in.
Let's listen in real quick to Hunter Baloo, who or Baloo, Red White Baloo, I think it's Baloo, who donated the van.
What's up, fam? Hunter here, out in South Carolina. I wanted to do a quick Twitter or X.
You see, I messed up already. It's Hunter. It's not Hunter.
It's Hunter.
It's Hunter.
And he's in South Carolina.
And I'm sure he's also watching hunting videos.
Okay.
Okay,
what's he got to
I've never done an X Live. This is my first X Live. I've done hundreds of Facebook Lives. I'm more of a Facebook guy. I really just got on X like last year. I've had an account for, I don't know, 5 years or something. But
Facebook,
I've never really
they
used
call
it
us
until last
boomers.
year. More because of politics and crypto. I started using it, getting on there for, like, you see more of the real stuff than you see on Facebook. I don't like all the BS and yeah, anyways, I don't like all the crap on Facebook. So been enjoying X. I know there's a ton of freaking haters. There's a ton of doubters out there on X that think the whole marketing thing is a big ploy and it's not true, and there's no van, there's no marketing devices going anywhere. And I'm here to tell you, in real life, it's true, it's real, it's happening. There's a lot of freaking people working really, really hard to make it happen. And so just stay calm. We're still in this thing. We're still in the bull run. There's a lot going on. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. And there's a lot of freaking people working really hard and work. There's a lot of people working really hard. And I'm sure it's frustrating for them when they see all the haters saying that there's nothing being done. So just hold your horses. We're all in this thing together. There's a lot of people working hard because they want to see the price of Pulsechain go up. They want to see Richard Hart's project win. They want to prove all the haters and all the other cryptos wrong. I'm one of those guys. I'm underdog my whole life. I love proving people wrong. And so that is why I'm a part of the Pulsechain ecosystem, part of the network, why I believe in Richard's stuff, and I want to see it go up. So in real life, I got the Cornerstone van here that we're going to be taking out. It's a Ram Pro Master. Woo. They are going to strip it down and put the, I think they're going to put like a white wrap on it, and then put the nonprofit, which is RS Griffin. I think they're going to put that on there. I'm not sure yet 100%, but last I heard, because of some nonprofit regulations, they can't be driving around with my wrap on there if they're nonprofit, which kind of sucks because I spent several $1,000s on this thing. But look at this thing, baby. We even got the wheels, the tires shined up on it.
We got the rims on it. Yeah, so, but this is actually why I've been in touch with them, because me being this armchair lawyer, I said, hey, if it's not your van, you can leave that guy who is actually just donating the van for a short period of time to you. You don't have to wrap over his...
Yeah, white wrapping over things is racist, is what I say. And by the way, give the guy some shout out. Like, look back on that video, you can tell what service he's providing. Let's get him some business too. And,
yeah,
you know,
Cornerstone,
white wrap his van.
I think he posted last week something about wanting some shirts. So
nice.
Is he traveling across America to deliver the van or something?
Yes, like we don't. Well, he's from South Carolina. He said, right? Hunter.
Where's he driving to?
And we worked out the nonprofit to be based in Delaware, but that doesn't need to mean that the warehouses are also in Delaware. It could be anywhere.
Okay, so wait, I thought that wait, hold on a second. I thought that SJ is on the West Coast. Is that not
San Diego? Yes.
So that would be like, and so Long Beach would probably be the biggest port there. So San Diego is about 2.5 hours from Long Beach. San Diego also has a port, but it's not as big.
No.
But is it coming to the West Coast, you think, or the East Coast?
I don't know. But if it's coming from China,
wait, but hold on a second. Johnny also texted out, or Johnny sent up an X post today or yesterday saying that they're starting to go out, like they're shipping out already from
Johnny
the
Chaos.
first Johnny Chaos. Take a look
Friend
at
of the
Johnny
show.
Chaos. Yeah, friend of the show. Johnny Chaos is saying that I thought, I could have been hallucinating. I do tend to hallucinate. That they're already starting to go out, and they're going to continue to go out all throughout this year.
Speaking of hallucinations.
Oh my God. Chopped liver is in the building.
Did you dye your mustache black?
Now, do you know what? That's so weird. My dad said the same thing today, and I swear I have not. It's just growing in thicker, and I did pluck out some grays, so maybe it's not looking
That's
as
what.
bad
Yeah,
as
that's
it's
it. You should leave
And I
those
have a
grays
bit of a
in.
tan. I'm not as pasty white as I was. I don't know if that has a...
No, it's still pasty.
Coming back from vacation.
Yes.
Did you see any trucks and vans or marketing material on your way through the Americas? No.
Not just a lot of snooty, rich white people.
Did you onboard them like you should have been?
And some snooty, rich black people, too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did Tam Tam fix your choppers for you?
I was about to ask.
No, honestly, I didn't know she was in the dental industry. I thought it was just medical. Or otherwise, I'd have flown out there and let her have at it.
Well, dental is medical.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess depending on how.
I really don't know. I don't know for sure, but it seems like it fits, right? I mean, Tam Tam's a fine looking specimen, and we all know that on your worst day, with your worst problems and your worst pain, who is it that goes and works on your choppers before the main dentist gets in there? The most beautiful person that you're embarrassed about having a filthy mouth in front of. So that seems to fit in my image. What do you think?
I don't understand anything you just said.
Whatever. Just go brush your teeth.
You're still on.
I'm sorry. My attention
paracetamol.
span, I get lost on about the third or fourth run-on sentence, and then I'm just out.
They put Novocaine too close to your freaking brain. That's what
I feel a little medicated.
Yeah.
I thought it was just me.
Papa will do that to you. He's like Novocaine for the brain.
Novocaine for the brain. That's me.
Novocaine for the brain.
But
yeah,
Steve, you danced a little bit around my question. So as Richard always said, all we got everything here. The Pulse chain is working, flawless uptime. Pulse X it's just fine. We want limit orders on Pulse X, not getting it. He says it's just fine. Don't worry about it. All we need is marketing. So that's what he's always, for a year he's been saying this. Do you agree that is what's missing and what could propel us to new highs with this ecosystem and what kind of marketing?
Well, when we started, we specialize in digital marketing. So
yes.
Google, X, Facebook, Meta, Instagram, Google Display Network, stuff like that. And we've spent a lot of money and done tens of millions of impressions sometimes it's hard to obviously advertise crypto on these big platforms. So we were advertising the shirt with the hex.com on, which you're allowed to do.
Yes.
But sometimes I feel like, when Richard asks these questions and how to get these delivered to certain people and stuff like that, he's asking on Twitter. It's what do they say when you ask a committee to design a horse, they end up with a camel sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
And I just think, with the money, you could just snap your fingers and get this done by the experts without asking questions, and that's what puzzles me sometimes. And sometimes I think, has Richard been out of marketing for a long time, and it's really progressed to this digital and cookies following you all over the internet and stuff like that,
Well, because he was a very early Google Ads person. I think that's how he made most of his fortune, I think, with
Spam King as well.
Yeah, that was later than with the Viagra email spamming, where they called him the Spam King, not the Scam King, right? I hear this everywhere. The Spam King, which ended up in a lawsuit worth $500. So please, to all
$500.
Yeah, to all the haters. Oh, he's the Scam King of Florida. No, he wasn't. But yeah, so that's where he came from, which was digital in a way. So he saw the power of that, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. He does. That's kind of his he's always done that, like a thought experiment. You know, that's sometimes how he starts his tweets, and I think he actually does try to get community input, or at least make it looks like he gets the community involved.
Do you fellas know is it a third party who's decided to make these, or has Richard sort of commissioned these electronic devices?
It's a third party. It's the Hexagon priest.
Right.
It's the African priest who commissioned these, but then the distribution cannot be done by the African priest. So that has to then
it requires a community. I have a question.
It's my
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve. So you mentioned that maybe Richard could be out of touch, but do you find that with electronic advertising, rather than direct mail, that it's so much easier to simply click filter out, I don't like this ad, or just, zip by it in your 10 sec or 5 seconds, 2 seconds worth of attention that you can get with people? It's a very disposable medium. Don't you think that this direct mail at least gives you that full 30 seconds of what the hell is this? I like it or I don't, in the garbage or on my desk, and then it stays there for a couple days. Perhaps another family relation actually comes across and says, what is this shit? It's like, what do you think? To the best of my understanding, presidential campaigns are still kind of run the same way as they have been since I was a kid 50 years ago. What do you think is a possibility that Richard could be a little bit out of touch from your professional point of view?
I'm not saying he's out of touch, but obviously the digital marketing side's moved on quite a lot since Richard possibly did Google advertising and stuff like that. Just take Twitter and Meta, for example. We can start running an ad and start off $5 a day, and we can tell in 24 hours that ad's not going to work, because you get instant feedback, clicks, likes, engagement. And you just shut it off, try another one until you sort of catch a winner. So you get feedback on the hour, Plus, then again, obviously, you guys will have seen you click on something on the internet that follows you around for weeks, that product or something,
Right. But I mean, look, but you're comparing this to the whole campaign about getting these things manufactured and shipped out and gone to in the physical sense. Is that what you're comparing it to? Or are you saying that because I don't think he's engaged in any digital marketing yet. Yeah. No. He's just going back to brick and mortar, old fashioned stuff.
And these devices might arrive and they might blow everybody away, but why?
Well, we do not mention mail and blowing people away in the same sentence in this day and age. Okay. Yeah.
So
anyway,
who knows? I literally haven't got a clue what they're going to be, man.
What they're going to be? Yeah.
I have a thought.
Uh-oh,
look out.
Toby's first. Go ahead.
I'll do my best to formulate this into a rather succinct statement with a giant lead in that goes on and on and on. Just so I
true to form. Continue.
True to the structure of the show. All right. I think because years ago there's this little group called Pulsechain on Telegram, and it was invite only. Richard had to invite you. I was one of the lucky few that was in that group. I think Papa, you were in there as well.
Yes.
And there was like 60 of us, and it was a brainstorming group for ideas for the upcoming Pulsechain. And what I felt like was happening in that group, I feel like is kind of happening and has been happening since, where Richard already kind of has the best idea, and he's wanting to feel like he wants to feel you out to see if maybe you can help frame his idea a little differently or maybe shape it a little. But generally speaking, I feel like the guy's pretty freaking smart, right? So even with this marketing campaign, with the digital thing, whatever, I feel like a lot of that he already kind of had dialed in. And there's also the narrative of it being decentralized, right? It's decentralized finance. It's a community effort. So it's like, not that I'm saying he's got it 100% figured out. And I'm sure there's a lot of this stuff that's been very useful. and him making it more of a community effort. But plus, it keeps people engaged, right? If you feel like you're part of the idea, if you're part of the plan moving forward, it keeps you more interested than just like sitting on your laurels waiting for the super genius to spit out this masterful marketing plan. So I feel like it's somewhere in the middle. Like I feel like maybe there's a little too much of a lean in on like, hey, you go do it, and people taking that like at his word, like he literally means like you figure it all out and you make it all happen. I mean, did we make the digital mailer thing? No, obviously he figured that out already. Then it's just, so there's pieces of the puzzle he's wanting us to engage in. And I think he's done a good job getting people hyped up and excited to do it. SJ, dude, she's out there day in and day out, grinding. RG's out there working hard. There's a lot of people, boots on the ground, like trying to really make this a grassroots movement. And that's kind of how it was early in the Hex days. People out passing out flyers, putting stickers up, doing the thing, making it. Really
I think there might also be a legal connotation with the securities thing. The expectations that he can't just, as Steve mentioned earlier, hire a marketing agency and get it done, because that would create
possibly,
this.
Or it could be lingering.
Benefit work from the work of others kind of thing, which we don't.
Yeah,
want to be doing.
even though he's kind of like already jumped that hurdle, I could see how that could linger a bit, and he's just not quick to to stick their noses in it. Like, hey, I beat you on this, so now I'm going to do all the things that would have made your case even better.
Yeah, exactly. So yes,
so I'm sure he's and a little cautious doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my thoughts on it.
Nice. And also don't forget that we're in this for like 15 years from a rolling today, and I'm sure that Richard foresees a time within 15 years where the Dems will get back into fricking the White House and then try to reverse everything and take everybody back out to these frivolous lawsuits as well. And why give them an edge, right? Prepare for the worst. Stick to it.
So before we get to some charts, we have a message from Tom Peter Gillespie that I want to share real quick. Hold on. Because this is happening this week.
How's it going, gents? Listen, I don't know if you noticed, but me and the fellas at IndiKin, we've started a bit of a campaign. It's a hashtag campaign on the Twitters. Go to indikin.online, follow the instructions. They're very, very fucking simple. I want to see some of the scenes and the arts that you've been creating, both for the chain and for your personal creative ambitions, your projects. I want you to share them using the tag and learn all about what's coming. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
So IndiKin, hashtag IndiKin arrival, because they're getting closer and closer to the launch of their big movie platform. And again, it's another call to action to marketing, because you're shilling them, but at the same time you're shilling the Pulsican ecosystem. So this is to all the artists and graphic artists. I'll be doing a DJ set for them tomorrow night on Twitch, and within that frame, so everybody that's would like to contribute, I think you can all support Tom Peter Gillespie in that matter. So we're all doing marketing. Yeah.
Are you going to put a clip of our show in there that doesn't just have my floating icon like in the last one we got on there, but we were on there for a second, maybe give him a decent clip of us being doing, or no? Is that he doesn't want to see this anymore?
Well,
how about with you on the show?
Your sample.
What the heck? What the heck, indeed?
It's coming up like every 10 minutes on my music show. So I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I mean, isn't he asking for clips like video clips? I didn't.
Yeah, he wants clips and arts and comedy skits and graphics but if you post that, guys in the community, please use hashtag IndiKin arrival. Even though I told him, hey, we're not supposed to be using hashtags anymore because that's being punished by the algorithm of the X, but he still wants to do it. So there you go. Totally. Do we have
you can just mention IndiKin. And the algorithm will still figure it out. The AI is smart.
I guess.
INDIKIN.
But yeah, any creators out there is the way that I took it. Whatever you're creating, whether it's little shorts, whether it's comedy bits, whether it's Pulse educational bits, anything that could be considered like a little documentary or any kind of film project. Put it out there.
Speaking of shorts, let's get to these charts.
DJ froze.
DJ can't give you your title card. DJ is very interested, as you can see. He's not even blinking. He's gone. He's gone. He's totally gone. There he's back.
Maybe.
Hey, and we're going to start the show over.
Start from the top, baby.
We have no problem here technically at all.
What was that?
That was you being German.
I just wanted to play the TA with Toby.
TA with Toby.
Oh dear.
Huh? What? Okay, we're back.
we have no budget, ladies and gentlemen.
Things are happening here.
All right, let me see what I can do here, ladies and germs. All right, we've got Bitcoin, Big Daddy Bitcoin. This is our big white ascending channel that's been going on right here you can see where it touched the top of this channel back in December of 2017. The double touches in 21, the double top. A run up here after Trump was elected, again at the inauguration. Big pullback here, formed this flag that we are speculating is a bull flag. If you take this little post and then put it there where the breakout was, then that's given us our goal of around 155, 160K. Worked our way up to the top of the white channel. I'll zoom in a little bit so it's easier to see. And in the history of this white channel, we have never closed a daily candle, let alone a 3-day candle, above the white line. We did this multiple times through the month of July, dipped back down for a little bear trap in the beginning of August, came back up again in the middle of August, and now we're back down again. I'm speculating that this is another bear trap, a little deeper one to try to really shake out some weak hands. And, and I'm expecting this to curl back to the upside and make another run at the top of this white channel. Now, if we do that and can sustain above it, typically what you want in a pattern is to break above it, come back and test it, and then go. So we got a lot of gamesmanship here, a lot of whale games, right? You got your bear traps and your bull traps, trying to figure out which direction this thing's going to go. And then typically, say it with me, if something breaks out of a parallel channel, it moves the Papa.
Height of the flagpole.
The heightening of the channel, correct.
Oh, sorry, the channel. Did we talk channel or are we talking flags?
Whatever, same. It's all the same.
All right, channel, the height of the channel. Yes,
height of the channel. Yeah, with a bull flag, it is the length of the post. So that's where this little yellow line is. It takes us up to here. The channel is the white line, and that takes us to a target. If we break out sometime around mid-December, it puts our target up around 200K. So, a lot of people have been calling for 200, 240K Bitcoin. So we'll see. I think we at least get to 160K. Maybe we get up that high and then come back and retest again and then we go. But it'll be interesting to see nonetheless. Moving right along to Hex. This is HEX, the original Hex, Richard's baby boy, his firstborn son. Everybody
Peter's
loves
favorite.
HEX. Peter's favorite, absolutely.
Where's Peter?
I believe it is.
Peter's buying more EHEX.
It's EHEX is the token of Kvechnia, his home country, I believe. Mm-hmm. So we have a descending white channel that's been going on all the way back since all-time high, and then down here, the bottom of that channel started off around the time of the Pulsechain sacrifice. So you got multiple touches on the top, rolled over, worked the midline for a while, tried to get above it, couldn't quite do it in March of 23. And I believe that was the launch of Pulsechain. Is that right? Yep. That was the launch of Pulsechain. And then we had the big dump down, rode the bottom of the channel up through the midline, bottom of the channel again, then started working our way back up sometime in August of 24. Kind of chopped sideways through the channel. Still haven't got up to the top of the white channel yet. That's the goal. We've been looking for patterns within the bigger white channel, and we found this yellow ascending parallel channel because I love parallel channels, obviously. And what we found here is we were, had multiple touches at the top and the bottom, and then we've got a little dipsy doodle here. What we've noticed and we've talked about in our private DMs, BankX is, has been a factor on the EHEX chart for a long time. They were gifted 800 million EHEX by Godwale for a sacrifice for some bullshit project that never came to fruition. Surprise, surprise. And they have been selling it for a long, long, long time. So about 2 weeks ago, they were, I believe, had about 125 million left of their 800 million. And over the last a couple of weeks, they have sold that down. Last I checked was yesterday. They were down to 65 million. So they're about to out. But they have been punishing the EHEX chart, which, with low liquidity, it doesn't take a lot to move the chart up or down. So currently we have broken out of this yellow channel. The full measured move of that yellow channel is the height of that yellow channel. And that would actually take us back to the midline of the larger white channel. So that could, if it plays out completely and there's more sell pressure, which they alone would not be enough to do this. So there would have to be some other drag on effect that would really push the pricing down. And you'd be looking at us pulling back to 001234. That's a fancy one, which is right there at the midline. Right now, we're sitting at 1721, a great year. I believe Papa was born in that year. And so we're trying to see what's going to happen here. Are they going to continue to be sell pressure? Are other people going to follow their lead and think we're going lower, or maybe try to sell the buyback lower? I don't know. But it's interesting to see that on a 3-day, we're right there at it. Considerably below it. So we'll see if we can curve back up and get in this channel, start working our way back up to the top of the white channel. As far as a reversal goes and getting to the top of that channel, I was speculating that maybe we did that sometime in September. It's still possible. September is a few days away. Mid-September of 21 was our all-time high, remember, for EHEX, when we hit about 52 to 56 cents, whatever chart you were looking at. And I was speculating that maybe that's when we get our breakout of our channel finally here. Could be, if Johnny Chaos, friend of the show, is correct and those mailers are already starting to hit. I would imagine that there's probably some people out there that would like to see a better looking chart for those people that get those mailers. Because I know if I got a mailer and then I was curious enough to take my time to go to whatever website to see how that particular product was doing, and it was a chart like these, I would probably quickly throw that fucking thing in the garbage. So if I see a chart that looks like it's really taken off, then I would be compelled to FOMO, right? So I don't know. Call me crazy.
Maybe comes with a T-shirt.
Maybe. But my thinking would be that chart is going to get juiced up a little bit when it's anticipated that those things are going to hit. I was trying to get it out of SJ through DMs the other day. She wasn't budging. She goes, even if I knew, I couldn't tell you. So, she's keeping it tight-lipped at this point. So maybe we can squeeze it out of her next week, or maybe it'll be more public knowledge. She basically told me when people start posting that they're receiving them, that's when she'll know. I'm like, bitch, you're mailing them. What do you mean that? It's like, come on. It's like you're the one taking them to the post office. What are you talking about? Come on. But God bless SJ. She's doing great work out there, and I'm excited to have her on next week. And we can definitely rake her over the coals and try to apply her for information. Moving on to the new and improved Hex on Pulsechain. You can see here that this started way back here in May of 23. A lot of chop sideways action. All-time high on PHEX got us up to 4.2 cents, almost 4.3. We're currently sitting around just under a penny, about 0.009, so 0.9 of a penny. We had this nice upward trend in this yellow channel here. We broke out of that back in March of 25. Came down, started forming this new white channel, worked our way to the top of it, broke out of it, didn't quite get the full measured move on it. And and you're always looking for patterns, right? So this looks to me like a weird little dragon head and a neck and a body and maybe a long tail, but that's just for fun. If you're looking for TA patterns, this could be another bull flag. Now, granted, we have dipped below the flag pattern a bit. If we wanted to include the wicks, then that keeps us kind of more in it. Zoom in there a little bit for you. And that's kind of what you're looking at if this is still considered a flag, right? We've had some big wicks down, back up, almost equal size wicks back up, and this is on the daily. So that's pretty much a tweezer bottom, which is usually a reversal pattern. So that
hammer reversal.
Good. So hopefully we can start curling our way back up to the top of this little green parallel channel. That's also our flag and this is our flag pole. If we were able to get up to the top of that flag and break out of it, the measured move on that takes us up to about 3.7 cents, which is just a sneeze away from all-time high. So I think everyone would be, is that right? 3.7 cents, sneeze away from all-time high. I think everyone would be very, very pleased with that. And then maybe if this yellow channel continues, we can get back into that and start working our ways up. The big one's going to be the all-time high, right? Once we get past the all-time high at 4.3 cents, blue sky breakout. We don't know where it could go from there. We could look at fib extensions and things of that nature to kind of get a loose idea. But the big target is to try to get to a new all-time high, and we're not that far away from it as far as just a pattern recognition situation. It's, what is that, a 3.5x, something like that. All right, moving along to Pulse. This chart goes all the way back to the beginning of Pulse. This is our big spike up right after launch, came down and found our first bottom in August of 23, worked our way along, peaked again here in March of 24 at our 1-year anniversary, worked our way back down, a little hump in the middle, big all-time low dump in March of 25 on our 2-year anniversary, and that put us at our all-time low, I believe, was 0.00001654 is what I've got.
It's a lot of zeros, man.
A lot of zeros. Now, if you recall, and I don't pull this stuff out of thin air, I just remember certain things. And one of the things I remember is Richard being asked about, what do you think Pulsechain could do? And he said, hey, Ethereum did 14,000x. So he was kind of insinuating that, that's kind of a high watermark for us, or at least a goal for us, right? And just like it was for Hex, and we got our 10,000x from the bottom. So if you do the math on that, from the bottom, 14,000x puts us around 23 cent Pulse. Now, I don't know if Ethereum did a 14,000x in its first cycle. I did not take the time to go back and research that. So somebody in the chat, let me know. Maybe it took it 2 cycles to get there. But whatever the case, that's my goal for Pulse, is 14,000x off the bottom. So, do we get there this cycle? I don't know. Crazier shit's happened. It's possible. But right now, we are still steadily in this little upward trending yellow parallel channel in the broader orange channel. And we're right at the midline right now. We're a little above it. So hopefully we can continue our bullish progression. We bounced down here. We had some big sell-off pressure in the last few days. Some of you may have noticed there was a giant PulseX whale that sold like 6.3 billion PulseX in one clip. And it just wrecked everything across the board. Like everything was down like 20% that day. So and with the bondings and stuff, it's like it just dragged everything down. Mm-hmm. So those are the big red candles you see in this chart a few days ago. And it got us down just beyond the midline. And we wicked back up pretty nicely, made actually almost 40% of that downtrend back. And we're currently sitting at quadruple 043. So not terrible. And it's right on the 55 EMA. So our next hurdle would be the 21 EMA, which is quadruple 047. And then hopefully we continue our march up and test the top of this channel again. And that would get us up around quadruple 06. I think everyone would like to see that. If we can break the yellow channel, measured move of that yellow channel gets us up to around SAC rate, about 1.5 times SAC rate, actually. So I think everyone would be very pleased with that. And then the full measured move of the broader orange channel gets us up to about 7.5 times SAC rate. Again, once we're above all-time high on Pulse was 2.5 times SAC rate. Everything above that is a blue sky breakout, right? So who knows how high it could go? We could do fib extensions, we could guesstimate, but crazy things can happen really quick in crypto. So moving along to PulseX. PulseX is interesting because it actually made its full measured move of the channel that we had discovered within the broader orange channel. So much like Pulse, it's got this big downtrending orange channel from its inception. However, instead of us coming all the way down here in March of 25, like we did on Pulse and testing the bottom of its channel, we stayed pretty consistently in the top half of that channel. So PulseX has been really bullish compared to PulseX over the last year or so, I'd say. And so we're trying to get back to the top of that channel. We got there and we wicked off of it. I'm going to zoom in here a little closer so you can see where we wicked up and touched that back here on July 31st, and we fell back down, and then we chopped along the bottom of this yellow channel, and then we broke down below it. I showed at that point, which was way back here when we broke it, August 13th, that the full measured move of that would take us down around quadruple 026, and we got to quadruple 026. So we made the full measured move about 3 days ago. So it took a little while to get there, and then we had significant recovery off of that low. So this is, again, an indication of the reason that TA works to any degree is that everyone's looking at the same patterns. So people are seeing these patterns thinking, hey, there's the measured move down. There should be some support there. I'm going to set my buys there. So it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's not, it's not a crystal ball. It's not tarot cards. It's just, everyone's using the same.
But if we look at the sell pressure, though, right now, I mean, I think Crypto Solve or Slav or whatever they're called, they've also done a piece on who are the biggest sellers, and it turns out to be for the most part, because everybody's saying Richard is selling, right?
No.
But
It's some of the big sack
everybody's
wallets.
saying that, but not one person can provide a single piece of evidence towards that. And I was out on the Twitters, the past few days trying to poke the bear a little bit, with my angry hamster tweets, trying people to get to stop selling, because I think this is not the time when we should be selling, when the marketing campaign is about to roll out. We get the van, we get the LCD devices.
But
DJ, many
DJ,
people.
Are you railing? Are you just railing at old man yelling at clouds because you're saying stop selling? But it could be one of the bonded, tokens. It could be Ethereum. It could be that community selling.
It's not. It's actual market dumps. I've looked at it. I looked it up.
You see market dumps.
It's $20,000-$30,000 market dumps on any of these pairs, and they worked it out to be the top 10 SAC wallets who are
we know who that is. Yes,
who are involved in doing that. Okay, granted, some of them were pools. Maybe 2 or 3 were pool wallets, but it's the top 10 guys. And I think this is right now, and that's all I'm saying, because people are then very quick to attack and say, oh, you're a communist and you don't get to tell people. I'm from Germany. I'm not a communist. So
He's a fascist. Get it right.
Or you can tell people what they're doing. I don't care what you do, but I feel as a community, it would be the ethically right thing to do to, at the moment, lay off of that. Stop selling.
Let them sell. Let them sell.
Stop. And I know we want them to sell now so they're not in the thing later, but I get all that. But I think to support, it's all about supporting Richard and what he's trying to achieve. And this sell pressure right now is not supporting the biggest marketing effort that has ever seen the face of the earth. And
my thoughts on that are this. It's like all of it is based on the broader markets, right? So if people see that we are building a base for Ethereum, let's say, and then people are talking about Ethereum going from, we're getting ready to get to that chart here in a couple, that we are building a base here, and then Ethereum could go to 25K. Some people are talking about it, right? So here comes the communist talk. No, sir, not for me. Not for me. Well, wait a minute. Is this a Stalin mustache? I don't know. It's definitely not a Hitler mustache. So, but I think what's happening is that people, think about it. If you sacked millions of dollars, I think one of the ones that CryptoSolve displayed was they had put 10 million USDC. Yeah. $10 million, not what HEX was valued at the time, any of that. Although they did a bunch of HEX as well. I think around $7 million worth of HEX. In there, and it sat there for 2 years, and this was the performance. Obviously, if they sacked at that level, they're about break even, right? They're 0.0001 is not their sack rate. They got the bonus multiplier and all that shit, so they're probably about break even, and they're looking at the broader markets like getting ready to go. So I could see those people, those kind of players, being like, you know what, fuck this. I've sat around long enough. It's not shot. It's shot. I'm going to go over here to something that's, more tried and true and more likely to get me a 3 or 4x, and I'm out. And I think that's probably, it's like a battle of attrition, right? It's been there too long, and they've watched their money do nothing for too long, and they're bouncing. However, part of those wallets too were validating, and they were just constantly taking that validator yield and selling it down, and then shutting down validators and selling as well. So, I don't know, dude. It's easy to speculate about these things. We're never going to know.
But sell when it's green. Don't make a already red downtrend.
No, buy when it's green.
Stronger.
No, you buy when it's green. If it's down, get out, dude. It's bad news. Get the fuck out of there. It is looking terrible. You need to get out now, and maybe you can get back in when it finally finds
amateur night.
And then when it starts to go, that's when you want to get in, right? That's when you want to really chase those green candles.
Don't forget to market dump and sell against yourself on the way out either. You have to do that. It's important.
Obviously, it's so simple.
Don't let the door
way
hit
more
you.
complicated. So anyhow, back to Pulsex really quickly. What we're looking at here is a nice measured move down by way of CryptoSolve's dumping wallets that he outlined on X so brilliantly as he does.
Yes, a good tweet. Check it out.
working our way back up here. We're above the 100 EMA and the 200 EMA. We're just shy of the 55 EMA, and then the next stop would be the 21 EMA, which is about quadruple 035. Top of the channel, you're looking at quadruple 044, and then the full measured move of this giant orange channel that's been going on since the birth of Pulsechain gets that up to around 6 times SAC rate being 3 zeros and a 1. So that'd be 6 times SAC. Excuse me, goodness. And I think everyone would be quite pleased with that. However, much like I've said about every chart so far, once we get above the previous all-time high, and I think the previous all-time high on this was only like 1.25 of SAC rate. So it didn't get very much higher than like SAC rate, right? So once we get above that, it's blue sky breakout. It's hard to say how high it could go. And depending on the liquidity and, the pumpamentals and the marketing, and there's a lot of unknowns out there, but I think, anytime you're punching at a level long enough, it usually weakens and eventually goes through. So we've got a lot of bear trap action, a lot of shakeout. And I think eventually we're going to punch through this and sustain, much like on Bitcoin. What happened with Bitcoin? It took years, over a decade, and never broke the top of that white trend line. Finally broke above it for about a month. And then it came down below for a couple of weeks, went above for a week or so, came down below again, and we're trying to get back above it. So I would expect similar action here. Once we get above it, be prepared for a dip back down to retest. I doubt that it just goes in one shot. Could, be careful trying to get crafty, and, because that's how bull traps and bear traps work, right? You're a bull. You think, oh my God, it broke the line. Let's go. I've just dumped my whole dry powder stack in, whatever I got, I can scrounge from a fucking garage sale. And I buy and everything right here, and then it rolls back over, and then you get panicked out, and then you sell it, and you end up diminishing your bags. So watch out for the bull traps and the bear traps. I would look for a breakout here, a retest at the top of that line, and then a confirmation would be once we get up above quadruple 07. I'd say once we get clear of that, then I'd say we were on our way to break the SAC rate. Moving on to ink, here's the whole price history of ink. All-time high on ink was like $80. So not a bad beginning for ink. It's had its challenges since then. I was fortunate enough back here in December of 23 to buy some at the lows, 43 cents. And
Me too.
I earned a fair amount. Earned a fair amount by farming. And I was very happy with that. And then we had a lot of chop sideways, and we had this, look out. We had this white channel that was forming kind of within the broader yellow channel that we had found. And we had this chopping, like trader's paradise zone that we talked about with Who the Fuck is Keith Wearing a few weeks back. And, and I was telling people, hey, if we bounce off of this and go again, it's like, I think we're going to make a shot at the top of this white channel. And we did. So any short time guys that were trying to trade that, it's like you probably did pretty well for yourselves if you got in down here at about $1.50 and rode it up. We almost hit $3. So rolled over just shy of the top of the white channel, came back down. Then with all the dumpage that we just talked about with the PulseX dumper, and then, he dumps it for Pulse and then ultimately off to ETH and bridges out. So it affects everything on the chain, including ink. So that was impacted as well. What's really interesting to me is if you look, where did it wick down to? It wicked right back down to that previous yellow channel. So does that invalidate this white one? Kind of, maybe. Are we really have we always kind of just been in the yellow channel and we were just like grasping at straws, hoping that this was an improvement in the slope? Maybe. But right now, I feel really confident that, we should not go below this yellow line. We have held this yellow line for always. We have never broken below it. I mean, that it's all the way back here to 43 cents. Hit it again here in January 24 around 62 cents. Came up here and started pinging off of it in March of 25, all the way through April, May, again in June. I mean, just constant. I mean, look at it. Just rode this white line. We were just above the yellow, right? So we were just hovering north of it, wicked down to it here in July, tried to break out, come back right back down to the yellow line again. So I think the yellow line is a really strong support. If we continue to edge to the side on this, I'd be looking for us to stay around the, where we're at now. If we pull back again, maybe at $1.40, anything below that could be a bear trap, right? So watch out. If it dips below that, personally, I think that would be a good buy because it's been such a strong support there. So I think we're going to chop along this way and then start to curl up. So we'll see how that goes. Now, what's that tell us? If we do that, get rid of this guy. If we do that and we can get back in this white channel, or let's just douche the white channel altogether. Let's get rid of him. because basically we're back in yellow channel territory. All right. So if we're right here on the bottom of the yellow channel, then what we're looking to do is get back in here to these EMAs. So there's the 100 EMA at $1.73, the 200 EMA at $1.81, the 55 EMA at $1.82, 21 EMA at $1.84. So they're all right there trying to do a death cross just because of this severe downward action. I feel like we're going to kind of skip off of that. You can see here where we kind of dip down and then right back up. I think it could be a similar thing where, over time, we kind of, if we ride sideways, those will kind of converge and then we'll start to curl up. On this chart, I was looking for a breakout at the top of the yellow channel sometime end of October. If that was the case, first we got to get through the midline and some of these horizontal resistances around the $3 mark is a big spot of resistance. About 370 is another, 450. And then up to the top of the yellow channel is $8. We break that and do the full measured move. That gets us up to $43. Still not an all-time high. I think all of these charts to really be considered successes, we have to beat the all-time high on all of them. I really feel like on all the RH core coins, we have to beat the all-time high that they've already set. So this would be a nice beginning. $43 ink. I don't think anybody would be sneezing at that. So we'll see how it goes. Last but not least is Ethereum. We had this nice orange channel, which was a gigantic bull flag, I think, that was all the way back from January of 21. And as we rode this thing out, we finally made our way to the top of that orange channel and broke above it and just wicked up just a whisper above the previous all-time high. And then the boo birds came in and the sell pressure began, and we've just been chopping sideways. So we got this other little blue channel, that I've kind of been watching a little bit, see if maybe that holds any credence. We got
still resistance becomes support.
Resistance has become support. You can see here where it broke above the orange and then it rolled back over. And actually, we didn't even get quite back down to the orange line. So we dipped back down. So where with Bitcoin, we dipped back down and had a bear trap. This one was more bullish because I would consider this a confirmation. Came back up and we're doing some consolidation now. So I wouldn't be surprised if this started marching sideways and marched right out of our blue channel. It could curl up and start going again over the next week or so. It'll be interesting to see where we are next week. Theoretically, if we really turned the corner on this and wanted to test the top of this new blue channel, we could be at 6,200 by this time next week. So tune in and we'll find out. But I think everyone would be elated. Full measured move, for those that are curious, gets us up to about $14,000 on this.
Of course.
I'm sorry, the big orange channel. And then back to our first chart, which was Bitcoin. We said about 150K. This is close to 15K. If everyone remembers, the big number that we were always going for back in 2017, if I recall, was the 10-to-1 ratio. 150, 15K. Doesn't that sound like pretty good numbers? Could they both go higher than that? I think so, but those would not be anything to sneeze at. And that's it.
Beautiful. Also with that, Richard's the treasury sack wallet is way in profit now with these Ethereum prices. So we're actually looking at $750 million worth of that. And Saint Wolf, who will be also on the show in 2 weeks from now. Thank you, Toby, for arranging that. And we've been chatting in the meantime. And he had a great alpha on what he thinks is happening with those treasury funds. So have a look at his latest live stream on YouTube. Very interesting.
I enjoy his TA.
Take on that. All right, that's all the time we have. Steve, you have the last word. Anything else you'd like to share? There was some question in the chat I seen. Where are the T-shirts being shipped from? I'm not sure if we covered that already.
These ones will be Detroit.
Detroit. Everybody from the 313.
And there's been 15 claimed so far.
Wow.
Nice. Not bad for a smallish audience, is it?
Well, a small audience. We have, yes, on YouTube it's looking small, but we have a total across all channels of close to 200 people watching live right now. So
wow.
So thank you very much for all the support, you guys. Hit the bell. Yeah, thanks, Papa B. Follow up, like, and subscribe. And I'm trying to paste the link one more time in our chat. So in the next 24 hours, you can still get a free What the Hex T-shirt. This is how it's looking.
And Toby has to Message me and Telegram, Toby. We'll sort you out. I might even design a chopped liver shirt for you.
That'd be great, man. That'd be great. It's so funny, like how many like we're all of a certain age on this stream. We speak to this audience. The younger crowd, I think they didn't have a fucking clue. Like they didn't understand, what's chopped liver, what's that mean? So didn't get a lot of response. But the oldies spoke up. They enjoyed it. So good little joke there.
Yes, you are.
So where can people find you? Again, Pulsicanstore.com. What is your Twitter or your X account if people like to know what's going on? More free shirts. Where can it get all the info on the free shirts?
Well, if they just follow us on Twitter, we post every free thing that we're doing.
Yep.
So one thing I'll say, guys, is we actually tokenized the store about 1.5 years ago, and we've been slowly dripping these tokens to our best customers and airdropping them for free, really.
Nice.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we've got quite a few holders, we want to reward that. So we've actually added some nice thick liquidity to that token today. So, and if anyone wants to get on board, we're going to start burning the supply, and because of some of the good relationships we got with other projects, we're talking about yield farming, be able to buy on Liberty Swap from any channel or anything like that.
Okay.
But we've just had that liquidity today, so I don't want Toby doing my TA yet.
Not yet. We'll wait. We'll save that.
So it's another piece of Pulsechain meme coin alpha here on the show. So check out Pulsicanstore.com. You see the contract address is here on the screen, and you find it on the
this
website.
token we've created to reward customers, and we've been benevolent for 1.5 years, so there's no rug or anything involved with us.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Well, thank you very much for all the hard work you guys are doing, have been doing. I'm not elected to speak on behalf of the HEX and Pulschain community, but I do it anyway. So thank you very much for all the support, and also for helping us out with our own shirts.
And don't just follow them, because I think people forget this a lot. You can turn on notifications. So, and I know that sometimes it doesn't work. I know, like for certain, like Richard still doesn't come up on my feed, even though I've had notification bell turned on forever. But be sure to follow the Pulsican-Store and turn on the notifications, so you'll get notified every time they post something, because they've got a lot of great merchandise and they've been a really great asset to the community for a long time. And much respect to these guys.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome. Well, that's a wrap, you guys. What the hex? Thanks for tuning in. And we'll catch you on the next one. Salute. Outro.